Hey everybody, it's Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos, here with my trying to do a daily video, at least during the weekdays. Wanted to talk about something I touched on yesterday, which was about the big money coming in and buying the dips. So what I did yesterday, I went on Binance and I tracked some of the top cryptos, some of the favorites, some of the ones that seem like they're going to be here to stay for the long term. I'm talking coins that are in the top 20 to 50. Anything below that is too iffy. Nobody knows what they're going to do. They're very speculative. Even the ones in the top 50 can be very speculative. Like I said yesterday, most of these cryptos have an idea and a white paper on their plan and what they want to do, and they're competing against a lot of other cryptos that are wanting to do the same thing in many cases, and they haven't actually done the work to make their vision a reality yet. So very speculative. There are a few that do have use cases, as I mentioned yesterday as well, but it's not many. It's far less that have a use case than those that have a plan on what they want to do. So anyway, I was on Binance yesterday and I was following some of these top cryptos, and I would notice whenever they would dip, whenever they would drop down, because the market was down yesterday, it's down a bit today as well, but whenever they would drop down, I would see these big buy orders come in. Like I was watching Litecoin for a while yesterday, and there'd be like some sell orders, 20 Litecoin sale, 50, a couple for 100, maybe one for 150, and then I'd see like a buy order come in for like 800 Litecoin. That's a pretty dang big order. That's not something that regular folks are buying. I saw another order come in. It was I figured it out. It was over $35,000 worth of Litecoin on the buy side. So whenever Litecoin started to dip, it would hit those walls and they would eventually buy it, and then it would go up a little bit, and then some more people would come in and sell, and then would eat into that buy again and keep whittling that number down from 800 coins that they're going to purchase, down to 600, 500, and eventually they were all bought, or the person who was buying removed their order. It's difficult to say exactly how that happened, what happened. Because I'm not the actual one who put in the order, but just by watching it, it looked like they just kept buying whenever it hit a certain level, and that level wasn't too far below where Litecoin is now. I think it was about 50. It was about 53.50 or 50. About 53, right in there. It wasn't. Right now Litecoin's at 55. I don't even think it was at 53. I think it was like 54.50 maybe. So it wasn't that much lower, which makes me think that maybe coins like Litecoin and these coins that have staying power are not going to be going down too much more, because as people buy them, you've got your hodlers that are going to hold the coins no matter what, and then you've got these people coming in that are buying these big chunks, and I don't think they plan on selling until they make profit. They're not just buying them just to keep the market from going down. They're buying them to make money. So, I noticed that yesterday, and I think, like I said, even though we've been down a couple of days, I think we're going to see by the end of the week the market's up. It may not be a big amount, but I think it's going to be a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit every week. There may be a week, or here and there where it's down, but overall I think it's going to be up, 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 maybe down a little, up, down, up, up, up. And by the time the EFTs for Bitcoin get approved, I think Bitcoin is going to be at a much higher price than people expect. People are distracted right now with politics, with the midterm elections. Nobody's really that's not in crypto doesn't seem too excited, even though we did have that nice little run last week that got people a little bit pumped up. But I think they want it to creep up slowly and catch people by surprise, the people that are not in the crypto market. And then they're going to have that big boom, and that's when people are going to get excited and be like, hey, let's buy this, let's get some Bitcoin, and I don't know what other coins are, but let's get back into crypto. I was in it last year in November when it went crazy, and I had a chance to make a lot of money, but I sold. I panicked and I sold when the market started to go down. But I know how fast it can go up. And last I saw, Bitcoin was under 7,000. That's what they were saying on the news. And then they're going to go check on Coinbase or on the internet and see where Bitcoin is, and it's going to be at like 25,000. They're going to be like, holy crap, what happened? I thought Bitcoin was down. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin being under 7,000. How come it's at 20? So I still think that's what's going on here. Just by watching, you can go on Binance if you have an account, and you can watch the buy orders that are in place, and you can see what's going on there. You can do it for yourself if you don't believe me, but I've been following it for a few days, and this is what I see happening. All right, so the other crypto that I had recommended was GVT, Genesis Vision. And even though the cryptos have been down, Genesis has been holding strong. There's been times today when it's actually been up as much as 5%. It's been down. Like I said, it only has 4.5 million coins. That's it. 4.5 million coins. That's nothing. So, excuse the phone here shaking around, guys. I'm going over some bumps. Sorry about that. But that's nothing. 4.5 million coins. If people start coming in and buying that GBT when they see this news that's coming out on it, it could literally go up dollars in a day, multiple dollars, $10 even, who knows. 4.5 million coins is nothing, especially when you compare it to, like I said, like a Cardano or a Tron or a Stellar or IOTA. They have 8 billion coins. You know how many coins you have to buy and sell to move those? Even a couple of pennies, you gotta buy a crap load. But with Genesis Vision, 1,000 coins get sold, and that's going to start to move. So just want to do my daily update there today. Now, also I wanted to mention, there's so much good news coming out with cryptos, between advertising being allowed again, between banks, even though we don't really like the banks, but they're talking about starting their exchanges. We got buzz about EFTs. We've got partnerships, coming up with other companies. We've got Blockchain LLC buying something like 500 acres or 500,000 acres in Nevada to build a cryptocurrency facility. There's big money that's going into cryptos. Even the guys like Jamie Dimon and these guys aren't putting it down anymore. When they were, trying to get in the market and manipulate it however they could, they were trying to settle it down from exploding before, they could get in and try to manipulate or get in on the coins, or figure out what coins they wanted to do well, and then kind of, buy it so they can make a crap load of money like they do all the time, and leave us little guys hoping to get some scraps. But cryptos, like I said, they're not going anywhere. Things are looking good. I know we all want to, go to the moon and get a Lambo and all that, but it'll happen. You just got to be a little bit more patient. I think people got the fever last year in November and, thought they were going to be millionaires, within the next year. I don't think it's going to go quite like that. It's going to happen a lot faster than in the stock market. Trust me. Stock market, to make 10% on your money, if you're lucky and you're in a good, mutual fund, you can make, 10% in a year. In crypto, you can make 10% in a day. Of course, it goes up and down, but overall, it's going to be going up. And then when those ETFs get approved and people start seeing what's going on, that's when it's going to fly, I think. And I think it's going to take a few months. I thought it was going to go up faster in the end of August and September, where it's still just kind of bouncing around, up, down, up, down. But it's on the way. It's on the way, and we actually have companies that are starting to get their own credit cards and partnering with banks, so you can start using the cryptos to buy things without having to use Visa or MasterCard. You can buy and sell with your crypto. You got the Lightning Network, all kinds of good stuff. But anyway, guys, I've got to go. I hope that you have a super spectacular day. Love you. Hug your wife. Kiss your kids. And I'll talk to you later. Bye now.